also the able leadership of His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto and His Excellency Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua for supporting the coffee reforms and moments. And I also want to thank you all for honoring the invitation of the exchange to come and enjoy this moment with us. And may God bless Kenya.
Thank you. I will now invite the Permanent Secretary, State Department of Cooperatives, whereby when you take over, sir, I will not be coming back again. You will call the CS Agriculture and then CS Chepgui. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, the Cabinet Secretary, the Ministry of Cooperative Administration, Honorable Simon Chilegoi, the Cabinet Secretary for the Ministry of Livestock, Agriculture and Livestock Development, Honorable Franklin Midika Nitodi, farmers, fellow principal secretaries, good morning. Your Excellency, I'm accompanied by a few people secretaries. Allow me to ask them to stand and we acknowledge them. The principal secretary is in charge of State Department of Investment, PS Bakar. The principal secretary in the Office of the Deputy President, Korean, PS Korean. The principal secretary in the State Department of Trade, Dr. Alfred Kobodo. Your Excellency, sir, this is an historic moment. Today, Your Excellency, you have led our farmers to this trading floor, not as spectators, but as dignified farmers who are presenting the product of their sweat to the happy consumers of coffee. Truly, freedom has come. In this floor, Your Excellency, sir, our farmers have suffered, untold suffering. In fact, Your Excellency, sir, when we are trying to tell them to come in, you could see the setup of the farmers. They were afraid, they don't know what is going to happen here. You are trying to tell them this place is safe. Because when you present your product in the Nairobi Coffee Exchange, now going forward, the government of Dr. William Samoei Ruto and his deputy, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, has your back. The message today, the message to your coffee farmers is, go back to your farm. Let us triple our produce because we know our national average now is 2 kgs per bush. We know it has been demonstrated to us, Honorable Your Excellency Deputy President, by Mr. Mukarimu, that a bush can produce 25, a bush can produce 50 kilos. Mr. Mukarimu, thank you for your leadership in coffee production. Your Excellency, sir, the coffee industry in the world is valued at above $450 billion, of which Kenya is only getting around $220 million. We want a fair share of this global market. And sir, we want to tell you that we want to confirm as a State Department we are going to organize our farmers into cooperatives not to focus on production, because we know when we come to the market, you have our back. It is now my honor privilege, it's my honor and my duty and privilege to invite the Cabinet Minister for Agriculture and Livestock Development, Mheshimiwa Franklin Midika Nitodi, to make a comment, and then invite the Cabinet Minister for Cooperative and MSME, who invite His Excellency the Deputy President to make his remarks and ring the bell to signify that freedom has come to the Nairobi Coffee Exchange.
Thank you, P.S. Kidemi, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, my colleague Changui, the permanent secretaries, principal secretaries present here, the good farmers of this country. Good morning. It gives me great pleasure to join you here this morning to really witness this great day without any fear of contradiction and without doubt that when history will be written, the 15th of August 2023, we will carry a chapter. we will carry a chapter because this is the big day that the Kenya Kwanza administration, led by not the North, but His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto, and his deputy, have demonstrated their commitment, their willingness, their support to deal with this problem of coffee so that the farmers of this country are able to gain big from what they do. His appearance in this particular meeting is just a signal to show that this government means what they say. This government is serious, and this government will deliver what it promised in its manifesto. That we are here today, I want to assure you, because some of us grew or have come to where we are today because of the support of coffee, I am clear in my mind the directions that are given by His Excellency the President and the coffee reforms that are being spearheaded by the Deputy President will be a reality. And I want to tell you that this is just a signal of the good things to come, because the arrangement or the negotiations and participations of meetings of the people that are supposed to come with the necessary legislative agenda that are supposed to inform legislative agenda are on top there, because this must be achieved for the good of our people. My ministry, because it is important that we cannot permanently remain crying about that one bush of coffee is giving us an average of 2 kilograms per year. I want to tell you, I want to invite you, and I want to make the commitment that my ministry will work very closely with the Ministry of Cooperatives, with our farmers, to ensure extension service is taken to the farmers. Proper crop husbandry is key, so that we are able now to increase productivity. We are more focused on increasing productivity because we have before we grow our more bushes that will be more high yielding because of the change of varieties, because of science and technology, we must be able to focus on what we already have. See how we can be able to increase that productivity of one bush from the 2 kilograms to maybe 5, 7, that way, because that way we will be able to produce more coffee within the shortest time possible, and we'll be able to increase our annual production from what we are at today, around 50 or 51, to the next target of 80, and finally to the 100 continuously. So I am very proud to be part of this good team. We want to commit, just like we said during the coffee conference, whatever it takes, we will do to ensure our farmers get the best. We ask the farmers to pray for us in this country, because dealing with the cartels that have been mentioned is also not that easy, but the commitment is there. We are ready to do it at night, but when they fight, we are there, we are properly dressed in proper combat gear to fight this war, because it must be won for the good of this country. With those few remarks, let me kindly allow me invite my colleague, Cabinet Secretary for MSME, to make his remarks. Mheshimiwa Chelugui. Karibu sana.
Thank you, Honorable Mithika Nturi, the CS Livestock and Agriculture. Your Excellency, the Deputy President, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, as mentioned, my colleagues, Mithika Nturi, the PSS present, the Chair, KPCU, Nairobi Coffee Exchange, the CEOs present here, the farmers present here, who are truly the chief guest of today, the Capital Markets Authority, and all distinguished farmers present, good morning. Your Excellency, the Deputy President, on behalf of the cooperative movement, I take this opportunity to thank you for finding time in your busy schedule to grace this momentous occasion of coffee farmers' inaugural participation in Nairobi Coffee Exchange as key players. Thank you for your leadership, guidance, and support to us in various reforms we are undertaking to improve the livelihoods of Kenyans, and especially the farmers in the cooperative sector farmers. Today's event marks historic landmark bell-ringing event of reopening the Nairobi Coffee Exchange, with coffee farmers offering their coffee in the auction for the first time without having to go through middlemen. Your Excellency, Mr. Ngone here is the chair of the National Cooperative Unions. There are 11 unions in the room today, Your Excellency, who will participate for the first time in 60 years in the Nairobi Coffee Exchange. The farmers of Kenya loses control and sight of their coffee. Immediately they deliver the patch, the berry coffee, the red berry coffee in their primary societies. They then bring to court when the money will come, whether it will be dollars or shillings, and the rate. They have no control over the price. They have no control over their parchment. They don't know who is buying, who is transporting. They lose control. Today, Your Excellency, marks historic, and as my colleagues say, it will go down in history as the day that Kenya freed themselves from middlemen and brokers. Your Excellency, this is a big win for the coffee growers in the history of Kenya. Never has the growers themselves accessed the trading floor without going through the middlemen. Your Excellency, I note with much appreciation that our coffee farmers are today the real guests of honor, and we want to welcome them to the auction floor. Hapa ndio mahali kahawa inauzwa. Wengine hawajapotea. Your Excellency, the Kenyan coffee is a brand that enjoys worldwide reputation for its high quality attributes such as aroma, taste, and cup profile. As part of this reform agenda, Your Excellency, the President did send us a delegation to Colombia, and we hosted the Deputy President of Colombia here in Kenya, and we had some exchanges, some MOUs. We are going to partner with them in revamping our coffee research institute and also in marketing. Another team from your office went to Ethiopia, and all those findings have been consolidated in the reform agenda. We mean well this government administration, Your Excellency, from the top leadership, His Excellency the President and yourself, you've shown and demonstrated leadership in ensuring the farmer is the front and center of these reforms. The coffee reforms process has made remarkable progress in the short time. With your leadership, we have held consultative meetings with farmers, county governments. You remember in Nairobi when we had ministerial retreat led by the President, he directed that we consult with the Council of Governors. We met in Mombasa and submitted our report to the summit in Naivasha, which was adopted, heralding or opening up this reform process. Your Excellency, we were in Meru under your leadership, a number of resolutions which actually entrenched the Professor Care reports have all been incorporated. Your Excellency, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for that leadership, to remain focused, ensuring your eyes are on the ball until the farmer is free, until the farmer, Kenyan farmer, really enjoys the benefits of his sweat. As of today, 11 unions are part of this trading and auction, and for the first time in history, the Nairobi Coffee Exchange, with the 3 more gentlemen. As I go to conclude, the cooperative movement contributes 80% of the coffee production led by the National Coffee Cooperative Union, NACU, a national apex body which is quite ecstatic with the new development. I would like to also appreciate and recognize the effort of Capital Markets Authority and the CEO is here. Your Excellency, the CEO and the capital markets read the signs of the reform process and moved very fast, licensed, and now we are farmers in the flow. One of the greatest contributions brought about by the coffee reforms is establishment of direct settlement system under the Capital Markets Authority that will be used to facilitate settlement of coffee sale proceeds directly to the grower from the sale of 30 going forward. This will lead to speedy and transparent clearing and settlement of coffee sale proceeds. The Capital Markets has approved the Cooperative Bank of Kenya, which is a duly licensed commercial bank regulated by Central Bank of Kenya to provide DSS. So, in conclusion, Your Excellency, Kenya was a leading producer of coffee in the 80s and 90s. And through the structural adjustment program and the liberalization, the Kenyan farmer lost. We dropped in production from 129,000 metric tons to 25,000 metric tons. We were a leading coffee producer in Africa. We are now almost number 7 and number 25 worldwide. Today is the beginning of a new journey to restore back our position, our glory in the world stage. We are going to remain firm, Your Excellency, to ensure the reform agenda is not lost on the way, and we will be candid and deal with this issue. In the Executive Order number 1, you did assign my ministry the mandate to market coffee. And Your Excellency, we've already gotten a budget. Through KPCU, we will ensure the farmer, Kenyan farmer, receives the highest premium price available in the market in this country. We are going to make a request, Your Excellency, that going forward, we also have buyers of last resort. And we are thinking of designating KPCU and others who will come up. We will be requesting for support, financial support, to ensure that we maintain guaranteed minimum return to the farmers of Kenya. So, Your Excellency, I want to ask the Kenyan farmers, sasa ni wakati wa kurudi mashambani. Sasa ni wakati wa kulima. Sasa ni wakati wenu wa kulima. Serikali imefanya yake, nyinyi sasa jukumu ni lenu. Na waomba turudi mashambani, na vile waziri wetu wa kilimo wamesema, tutashikana pamoja na waziri Mithika Linturi, rafiki yangu, tusaidie wakulima ili tusongeshe usalishaji wa kahawa kwa kila mche, kila mti. Kwa haya mengi, I want to request you to be upstanding as we welcome our Deputy President, His Excellency regarding Gachagua. Your Excellency, the Deputy President. Welcome.
Cabinet Secretary for Cooperatives, MSBs, Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture and Tourism, Principal Secretary is present, the Acting CEO of Exchange is Padungu, other stakeholders, distinguished farmers and traders, good morning. God is good all the time. On this momentous occasion of our coffee farmers, I bring you greetings from His Excellency President William Ruto. It is indeed a historic day for the coffee farmer, as I ring the bell marking the opening of the Nairobi Coffee Exchange auction. The bell we ring today signifies a small-scale farmer who has been toiling and sweating for peanuts will meet the buyer and negotiate the price of their coffee. Not through middlemen, not again. Indeed, the journey to putting money to where it belongs, the pockets of the farmer, is firmly on course. Among a raft of other changes, it is also a milestone as the direct settlement system through the Cooperative Bank of Kenya has been implemented to ensure the farmer is paid on time. County governments will license millers, while the auction will be under the Capital Markets Authority for stronger governance. On the other hand, the Agriculture and Food Authority will license the buyers. This is just the beginning of delivering the coffee subsector reforms, which began as President William Ruto instructed me under Executive Order number 1 of 2023. The reforms we are undertaking are based on the resolutions of the Coffee Subsector Stakeholders Conference, which I convened and chaired in Nairobi in June. Distinguished guests and traders, agriculture is at the heart of the Kenya Kwanza administration's bottom-up economic transformation agenda. This sector is employed more than 40% of our population and over 70% of the rural people. It is immensely contributing to our economy directly and through interlinkages. Coffee was once a pride of Kenya, fetching us foreign exchange earnings. But the capture of the subsector by cartels and brokers, the crop has lost value to the farmer as it benefited those who worked least. It is one of the reasons production has dropped from an average of 130,000 metric tons in the late 1980s to as low as 34,000 metric tons. We want to boost the crop production per bush in the next 1 year as we target at least 200,000 metric tons by the year 2027. This will boost our foreign exchange earnings and contribute to sustaining a stable economy. That is why we have set aside funds for subsidized fertilizer, the Coffee Cherry Fund, besides enhancing the capacity of the Coffee Research Institute. Distinguished traders and farmers, during the Coffee Stakeholders Conference, it was recommended that the Coffee Code of Kenya be re-established. It was recommended that the new KPCU be redesigned for farmer-centered operations. We are reforming these agencies to serve the farmer better. To avoid being held at ransom by brokers among other functions, the government is working on a very clear strategy to forestall blackmail by the cartels and the brokers. As we also work on value addition and marketing coffee through specialty coffee route, our interest and focus remain in the farm, especially in the small holder and more international markets. We wish to assure our farmers that the reforms are stoppable. With the support of the Ministry of Cooperatives, Agriculture, Trade and Parliament, we are aligning legislative and administrative frameworks for sustainable reforms in the subsector. Therefore, ask the actors in the subsector to take measures to comply with the raft of reforms we are making, because we shall not retreat until the farmer becomes the king once more. I just want to emphasize, for the avoidance of doubt, that reforms in the coffee subsector are unstoppable, and we are on course. There will be policy, administrative, and legal reforms towards making sure the farmer is at the center stage and the farmer gets commensurate earnings for his sweat. And I want to say, the President and I, and indeed the rest of the government, know that this fight is not easy. We are well sized of that reality. We have already seen a fight back. Cartels are fighting back. We have seen sponsored newspaper articles with the cartels in court, with the media trying to create a picture that there is a crisis in the coffee sector. Indeed, there is a crisis. The only crisis that is its sector is as the brokers and the cartels are fighting back to continue getting what is not due to them, and the government, the administration, insisting that the farmer must be adequately compensated for his work. That is the crisis that we face. So we are saying we are ready, and as we embark on these reforms, we knew There will be a serious fight back, but we are prepared, and there is no turning back. And the administration that will sort out the issues in the coffee sector is this administration led by Dr. William Ruto. And we are determined, and I want to assure our farmers to remain calm and to continue increasing production, to continue taking care of their coffee. As last Sunday, our Cabinet Secretary for the Interior and National Government Administration, Professor Kibura has issued instructions to the National Police Service to provide 24-hour armed security to all our coffee factories to protect our coffee from theft. Again, we are aware of the collusion between these cartels and people in various institutions trying to forestall these imports and trying to portray that the government doesn't know what is doing. We have interrogated this matter. We sat with the farmers for 3 days, and the farmers told us what they want, and we'll do what the farmers want, and nobody will stop us from doing what the farmers want, and ultimately, the Kenyan coffee farmer will be the winner. Next month, I'll lead a high-level delegation to Colombia for the World Coffee Conference, again as a way of trying to understand the international market and connect the farmer directly to the consumer of coffee across the world. We will soon be calling our ambassadors and high commissioners home for debriefing so that we align to the Kenya Kwanza plan. And we have announced repeatedly that we are changing the approach to our foreign policy. Our ambassadors, our high commissioners across the world, 70% of their work will be to market Kenyan produce, including coffee. I want to say the future looks bright. We may have challenges here in the beginning, the past 1 year, 1.5 years, and I want to ask the farmers to be prepared. That it will not be easy, it will be messy, it will be ugly, but the outcome will be beautiful. And the farmers will smile all the way to the back. That is a promise that I want to give you on behalf of the government, on behalf of President William Ruto, that there is no turning back. We are going to walk this journey together. And the auction here today, where the farmers are now participating, is the first step towards getting the farmer right in the center of the coffee subsector and all its operations. With those very many remarks, it is now my pleasure to ring the bell so that we can start the trading. So, guide me what we need to do. Tuanze hii maneno ya
We'll be using the screen for the auctioning.
Thank you very much. My name is Duncan Kebiamarete from the CEO Meru County Coffee Millers Cooperative Union. We have been in the auction for the last 9 years. So welcome you all of you, Your Excellency, the Cabinet Secretaries, and all the protocols observed for the new catalog. Thank you very much. We are very much happy.
Welcome to Nairobi Marketing Agency catalog. We shall start.
Can we return the TV pale juu?
$88, noted Taylor Winch.
Buka mtuone kama ni kama.
4102.
Just yes. Okay, try to come. This shutter speed. Normally that plane sits where that bell is, because it is nowadays it is digital. But it had to be removed.
We're selling Great TT, and the buyers are bidding at the moment.
Are you able to see it? We just travel.
We have noted at $99 since it has not met the price that we anticipated. Hello? 99 Ibero. We have noted. Next lot 4103, plate TT. Our reserve price was 220.
Yeah, the buyers are bidding for the grade of TT. Yeah, there are 7 bags, accumulating weights of 474. The grade is TT, lot number 4104.
We're still noting. The buyer is still a winch. Lot 4104.
Yeah, when you see the coffee has been noted, it means that the reserve price that has been set, it is between the ceiling and the floor. So any pricing between the floor and the ceiling, the price is noted. Anything above the ceiling is confirmed price. Anything below the floor, there is no bid.
We're still noting. The buyer is Kenya Coffee. 4105. Next lot. $249 noted, serving off.
You remember the number of buyers that have been licensed, around 53 buyers. Most of them are participating.
Next lot 4106, C grade.
Used to
202, cervical, noted. Next lot 4107, same grade.
Yeah, for the one who don't understand coffee, the coffee is graded on 7 grades. The first few grades that we've sold are the Ts and DT. The DTs are the lighter beans of AA, the Ts are lighter beans of AB. Now we are on the C grade. We'll go on as we go to the ABs and AAs.
One 193, cervical, noted. 108.
Important occasion, and we sincerely appreciate your personal support and partnership in this key sector. Your Excellency, sir, we are here to celebrate the achievements, the milestones, which would not have been achieved if it were not for the personal commitment by the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, EGH. Your personal commitment, the support from our ministry led by the Cabinet Secretary, the Council of Governors, the Senate, our members of Parliament, and the persistence and endurance of the coffee cooperative unions and leaders. Your Excellency, your presence today demonstrates your commitment and goodwill and political goodwill in reviving the coffee sector, and more importantly, empowering the greatest investor in the country value chain, who is the coffee farmer. Your commitment also re-emphasizes on the importance of coffee in our country in terms of income generation to the rural economy, creation of employment opportunities, and foreign exchange earnings for our country. We thank the government for prioritizing coffee value chain in the fifth government agenda and placing it in the hearts and placing it in the Deputy President's docket. You are a strong pillar and fighter for the coffee farmer. Your Excellency, thank you for your incredible support during the Meru Coffee Conference, where you stood firm in pursuing for our implementation of the reforms that today have enabled farmers own brokerage entities to gain access at the Nairobi Coffee Exchange. I'm happy to confirm that 12 union broker companies have been licensed by the Capital Market Authority, and our additional brokerage are in the pipeline. Thank you very much. I just don't want to appear like I'm talking of unions or farmers who are here. I would like to introduce you, Your Excellency, to the farmers who are represented here. 12 brokerage companies are already represented, and this comes from the various unions we have. We start with Murang'a County Coffee Dealers, Murang'a Farmers Cooperative Union. Simameni tafadhali. Na Mwev Naibu wa Rais. Thank you very much, Murang'a. We have Meru County Coffee Marketing Agency from Meru Union. Makofi tafadhali. We have Kipkerion Brokerage from Kipkerion District Cooperative Union. Wametoka Bari, wameingia asubuhi. Asante sana. We have Baringo Kahawa from Baringo Union. Hawa pia, Your Excellency, wameingia asubuhi. We have Machakos Union, we have Kenya Coffee Marketing Agency. Kenya Market Agency from Kiambu. Simameni tafadhali. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Kisi Nyamira. I beg your pardon, Your Excellency. Simameni tafadhali, because you are represented. We have Meru South Marketing Agency. This is Darakanini. Are you there? Darakanini, simameni. There are also few, but they are today. We have Embu Coffee Brokers from Embu Union. There they are. United Eastern Brokers Company Limited from Machakos. Simameni. Thank you very much. We also have Mount Elgon brokerage companies from Mount Elgon. Kiambu Marketing Union. Thank you very much. In our list, we also have others that have not received their brokerage companies, the ones that I missed out, and they are also being assisted to be in the same level that you have got us through your assistance. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Now, we are very delighted once again it might not really be known or really understood, but what you have done today is really a great activity or an action that will take the farmer far away. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Your Excellency, nikimalizia tuko na Capital Markets Authority hapa ambao watakuwa wanasimamia hii soko, na pia tuko na Commissioner wako hapo. Asanteni sana. Na pia tuko na KPCU Chairman and CEO who are also a big stakeholder, and the Commissioner of Cooperative. With those many remarks, wakulima wa Kenya wa kahawa, sasa wakati ni wenu, turudi kwa shamba. Serikali iko imara, tutazingatia mabadiliko kuhakikisha kwamba mkulima ako mbele na nyuma ya hii mabadiliko. Kwa haya mengi, nataka niwaombe kwa heshima tusimame tumkaribishe Naibu wa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua, aweze kutuzungumzia na kuhutubia wakulima. Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais, karibu sana.
Tuketi. Waziri wetu, katibu, chairman wa KPC na wakulima, hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Mungu ni mwema na kila wakati. Unisalimia hewa. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Asifiwe tena. Asante sana wakulima wetu. Tumekuja hapa leo kushuhudia kufunguliwa kwa hili soko ya kahawa ambayo wakulima sasa wamejumlishwa. Hapo awali kulikuwa ni watu wachache. Mkulima hajui kahawa yake inauzwa wapi, inauzwa pesa ngapi, inanunuliwa na nani. Anapeleka kahawa yake kwa factory, anarudi nyumbani kungoja ataambiwa ni bei gani, hawezi kuuliza swali, hajui ilinunuliwa wapi. Na hiyo ndio maneno ambayo tumekuja kushughulikia. Nimeleta salamu kutoka kiongozi wa taifa letu, Daktari William Samoei Ruto. Mmepokea? Serikali yetu ya Kenya Kwanza iliamua ya kwamba lazima tufanye mabadiliko katika subsector ya kahawa, majani chai, maziwa, pareto, miraa na kila mazao ambayo iko hapa katika Jamhuri ya Kenya. Mimi nashukuru rais kwa kuniuliza na kuniagiza nisimamie mabadiliko katika subsector ya kahawa, kwa sababu mimi mwenyewe nimesomeshwa na pesa ya kahawa, na zamani mwaka 1970s 80 kahawa ilikuwa na pesa. Ukipita hapa katika kwetu, hii maduka yote imejengwa, hii majumba mazuri yote ilijengwa na pesa ya kahawa. Ukienda huko kwa reserve utakuta mzee kuna nyumba yake ya mawe ya bedroom 3 ilijengwa wakati kahawa ilikuwa na pesa. Lakini tulipofungua soko ikakuwa huru, tukalete millers wengi, tukalete marketers wengi, ndio maneno ilienda mrama. And that should not have been the case, because liberalization of the subsector should have had more gains as opposed to losses by the farmers. And it's because the subsector has been captured, ya kwamba kuna wale wameteka nyara subsector ya kahawa na wakulima. Na kwa hivyo tulikuwa na nyinyi Meru na tukakubaliana mambo mengi, na hiyo sasa ndio sheria hiyo inatengenezwa, itaenda bunge hivi karibuni. Tulikuwa na wabunge, tumesikizana na itapitishwa. Ya kwanza tulisema mnataka Coffee Board of Kenya ile nasimamia wakulima irudi, si ndio? Tulikubaliana, tulisema tufufue KPCU ndio isaidie wakulima mambo ya milling, so that we can avoid milling losses, na ukora mambo ya grading. Kwa hivyo haya mabadiliko tena, tufufue Coffee Research Foundation ile iko pale Ruiru, ilikuwa inasaidia wakulima kwa mambo ya research, na mabadiliko mengi ambayo tulisikizana pale Meru. Mimi tunataka kuhakikishia nyinyi, rais akisema tufanye hii mabadiliko, tulijua vita itakuwa kali, si ati hatujui, tulijua. Hawa watu mnajua sasa, kutoa nyama mdomo ya mtu lazima atakuuma, lazima, si ndio? Yani must be prepared. So tunajua, so hii vita itakuwa kali, lakini tuko tayari, kwa sababu lazima mkulima apate jasho lake, lazima mkulima apate jasho lake. Na serikali ambaye italegeza pesa kwa mkulima ya kahawa ni hii serikali ya William Samoei Ruto, na tutafaulu kwa sababu Rais William Ruto na mimi na hao mawaziri hatuna any interest kwa hii mambo ya kahawa. Interest yetu ni ile kahawa tunaweza kuwekewa kwa kikombe tukunywe. That is as far as our interest goes. Na kwa hivyo hawa watu ambaye wamekuwa wako hapa katikati ya mkulima na mkunywaji ya kahawa ndio tunapambana na hao polepole. Hivi juzi walikuwa wameanza propaganda ya magazeti kusema sekta ya kahawa imeharibika, tuko na kahawa, hakuna mtu ya kununua. Juzi walisema hatutanunua kahawa, hatutaki hii mabadiliko, wacha mambo iendelee vile vilikuweko. Wakiendelea hii mabadiliko tutakataa kununua kahawa, but there is no problem. Hata mkataa kununua kahawa iko shida gani? Serikali inajipanga, tunatayarisha pesa. Wakisema wanunui, serikali italipa wakulima, tuweke kahawa kwa store, tuitafutie soko. There is no problem. Hakuna shida hata kidogo. So sisi tutashika shingo. Mtavumilia mateke? Mungu tayari? Hii watu ni kali, lakini tutapambana na hawa. Unajua sasa ni kung'ang'ana na watu wamekuwa wakituibia. Tunawaambia hapana, hii pesa mnakula wacha iende kwa mkulima, ndio mwenye kahawa na ndio mwenye kutoa jasho. Shamba ni lake, wafanyikazi ni wake, mbolea ni yake, yeye ndiye mwenye kuchuna, ndio mwenye kupeleka factory. Itakuwaje yule mtu amefanya kazi yote anapata kitu kidogo, yule tu amekuja kuchukua na kupeleka soko anapata kila kitu? Hiyo ni maneno ambayo hayawezekani. Mtavumilia? Tutakuwa na shida kama 1 year. 1 year tutakuwa na matatizo na hiyo watu. And I want to prepare you, mvumilie. Mtaweka mshipi kazi, mtakaza. Kwa sababu unajua pale wamama wetu wakibarikiwa na Mwenyezi Mungu kupata watoto, wakienda pale maternity, iko duru wanapiga huko na kulia kwa sababu ya uchungu. Lakini baada ya few minutes unasikia ngemi, mtoto amefanya nini? So hata hii tutaumia hapa kidogo. Watatumika kwa magazeti, watajaribu kuzuia, watakataa kununua, mvumilie. Because tusipofanya namna hiyo, tukikubali maneno ya hii watu, watatuumiza miaka yote. So ni mzuri tupigane 1 year, 1.5 years maximum. We sort out this problem once and for all. Mkulima apate soko, ause direct kahawa yake, because ukiangalia ile bei kahawa inanunuliwa Ulaya na ile mkulima anapata, unaona aibu. So hii watu iko katikati ya mkulima na mwenye kukunywa kahawa, hii watu ndio tunataka tuondoe. Lazima watupige mateke tukijaribu kuondoa. So itakuwa ni kung'ang'ana, lakini mimi na rais tuko tayari. Sijui kama nyinyi mko tayari? Wakulima mko tayari? So hata wakifunga mvumilie. Unajua watajaribu kufunga soko, ati ndio sasa turudi pale tuwakubalie wachukue kahawa na ile bei wanataka. So sisi kama serikali tumeanza kudiscuss. Tutakuwa na mkutano siku ya Alhamisi na hao mawaziri, tuone kahawa ya mwaka moja ni pesa ngapi, ndio hii watu kikiumana sisi serikali tuweke pesa kando, si ndio? This time we are not giving in. We will not give in to blackmail. These brokers and cartels will not hold the government at ransom. No, it will not happen. It will not happen. And we are prepared to put a fund aside to cushion the farmer in this period when we are struggling with these people. Si hapo hivyo sasa? Sio tuko tayari. So nyinyi nataka mvumilie. Mkiona propaganda mjue ya kwamba ni vita na hii watu they are fighting back. Lakini sisi tuko tayari and we are not letting up. Na nimemwambia hao watu wanunua kahawa 3 or 4. Sisi hatuna vita na hawa. Wakitaka kukaa hapa wakae, lakini walipe mkulima mzuri. Si ndio? Yeah. Wakitulipa vizuri tuko na vita. We have no problem with anybody. What we are refusing and what we cannot accept is for them to buy coffee for a little money, kidogo tu, alafu ile bei wanauza huko tunajua. Then hii faida yote wanakula. Tunaambia usimpunguze hii kukula yenu, mkule kidogo, mkule siku mingi. Iko haja gani mkule kila kitu alafu muumize mkulima? Because production imetoka 130,000 metric tons to 34,000. Because umeua mkulima. Sasa ukiua mkulima hata hii kahawa anatoa wapi? Because mkulima akikosa pesa, anakosa ile imani ya kwenda kwa shamba, si ndio? Kupalilia, kuweka mbolea. Finally, we are also going to do reforms kwa cooperative sector. Kwa sababu pia hapo iko shida. Wacha tuseme ukweli. Many society officials have been captured by these marketers. Na wamewekwa kwa mfuko, hiyo ndio ukweli. Si unajua mimi ni mtu ya kusema ukweli. Hata kama Mungu hapa, hiyo ndio ukweli. That is the truth. Juzi tumetoa fertilizer ya 3,500 ya kahawa. Society officials wanasema hapana, wacha tununue ile ya 7,000 kwa sababu hapo iko commission yao. Mimi nataka kutangazia wakulima wa kahawa katika Kenya. Serikali yetu imetoa mbolea ya 2,500 per 50 kg bag. Nyinyi wakulima, society officials wakimwambia mnunue fertilizer ya 5,000, msikubali, because we have fertilizer for 2,500 ambaye imefanywa imekuwa subsidized na serikali. Kwa hivyo hata cooperative officials, hata tukisema hii watu ya marketers wabadilike, wakuwe watu wazuri, hata sisi wale tunasimamia societies, we also must reform. So we are going to have reforms. When we are doing the Coffee Act, zitaenda sababa with the Cooperative Act. Because if you deal with one without the other, you are not solving anything. So the two acts will go together, so that we also create good governance in our societies, because we have a governance gap. Pale kwa society pia iko shida. And that is why you find the cost of production is too high. Because ile charges imewekwa pale kwa society na kwa factory, it is too much. And that is something else that we are going to address. So it will be painful for everybody. For the marketers, it will be painful. For wrong society officials, it will be painful. But all that pain is worth it. The final beneficiary of that pain is the coffee farmer in the Republic of Kenya. Asanteni sana kwa sababu tunaenda bahari na rais na nimechelewa kiasi. Asante sana. Nimeona trading imeanza. Walikuwa wamesema wataka kuja kununua. Sasa kitu ikiwa kwa soko, you can come. If you don't want to come, si iko wengine. Kwani iko maneno mingi. Hizi kahawa iko kwa soko. Nimeona people are trading. So those who don't want to come because we are having reforms, it's okay. But what we know is that kahawa ya Kenya inatakikana katika soko ya kitaifa. Tukipata pesa ya serikali tununue tuweke store mwaka moja, hiyo watu watakuja hapa wanakimbia mbio. Hiyo ndio ukweli. And we know. So let nobody blackmail government. Let nobody hold farmers hostage that you can keep away from buying coffee. The people who take this coffee across the world want Kenyan coffee. So we are going to organize that it is available, but at the right price. You cannot sell it, buy it for a song, unanunua pesa kidogo, unaenda pale unauza bei ya juu sana, unakula hiyo faida yote na unasahau yule mkulima ambaye amefanya kazi. Kwa hayo mengi nimesema asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency. Maybe there's a gift from the LPCU, so that you are going to be gifted by the chairman and the CEO. And there's also one for the CS Trade and one for the CS Agriculture.
That's bad.
Thank you very much. Basi nitaomba turudi kuketi ili tuweze kuendelea na soko. Asante.